Well, I think that the conversation between the Secretary of State and the Iraqi Prime Minister was very interesting. He really covered four very important topics. One of them is urging the Prime Minister for the central government in Baghdad to pay to Erbil the money to be able to pay civil servants in Iraqi Kurdistan. Uh, this is not the first time that the United States has urged the Iraqi government and the Kurdistan government to come to agreement on the amounts and the transfer. I think this shows that uh, Secretary Rubio, at least, believes that the problem lies more in Baghdad and that it is incumbent upon Iraq to transfer money to the Kurdistan region government in order to pay those salaries. So I think this is an important message from the United States to the government in Baghdad. I think that Marco Rubio started the conversation with the prime minister precisely on that point. There have been a number of attacks, both directly from Iran and from Iranian-supported militias inside Iraq into Iraqi Kurdistan over the past several years. Most of them have not targeted facilities that were run or operated by American companies. The recent attacks on oil facilities, on oil fields, included many that were run by American companies and is hence a direct attack on the company and indirectly the United States. Secretary Rubio delivered a fairly sharp message to the prime minister on this point, saying that those who are responsible must be brought to justice and must be punished for their crimes. The problem is that Baghdad has had very little success in the past in bringing any of the violent offenders for attacks such as this across Iraq into the justice system without getting a lot of pressure from other militia groups and a lot of threats to the judiciary and members of the government. So it is very difficult for the judicial system to do what the Secretary of State asked. I think that it has been put in the Iraqi press that the Iraqi government knows who conducted these attacks. The next step is for them to actually follow through and prosecute the people who were responsible. Well, I was actually quite interested when I saw the readout of Secretary Rubio's call with Prime Minister Soudani, because it was one of the strongest messages that an American government has passed to Baghdad regarding issues in Kurdistan for a very long time. I think that it was the drone attacks on operations of American companies that probably pushed the Secretary and the State Department to issue a much more firm set of talking points for Soudani, but they covered a lot of other issues. They also urged the government of Iraq to continue the export of Kurdistan oil through the Iraq-Turkey pipeline, presumably so that the Kurdistan region is not forced to sell its oil to SOMO and internally inside Iraq, as has been proposed. I also note that Secretary Rubio mentioned that they were opposed to the bill currently in the Iraqi parliament to alter the Popular Mobilization Commission, give it more strength, and also bring into the commission and into the Popular Mobilization Forces some of the pro-Iranian militias, the Fasa'il, that have conducted attacks like the ones against oil facilities in the north. So all in all, this was a very strong conversation between the Secretary of State and the Iraqi Prime Minister. So I think that the message has been clear. The question will be, is the Prime Minister who faces elections in November willing and able to do the things that the United States has asked of him, including bring and prosecute the people responsible for these attacks in Kurdistan? Well, I would say that the Popular Mobilization Forces are a variety of different types of groups, and those that were institutionalized under the law of 2016 were, how can I say, somewhat less anti-American, and frankly, some of them are simply Iraqi nationalist groups. What we are concerned about in Washington, and what I think that Secretary Rubio expressed his concern about, was bringing into the Popular Mobilization Forces, bringing them under a government umbrella and giving them access to a government budget, of groups that have attacked their fellow Iraqis, who have attacked Americans and American businesses, and which are much more closely aligned to Iran. So the way that I understand this draft bill, which the Prime Minister has once removed from consideration in the Parliament, would bring some of the groups that have been most anti-American and most pro-Iranian within the framework of the PMF. That would further institutionalize these bad actors and give them access to a government budget. This is what the United States would not like to see happen. We would like to see the Iraqi government stronger and able to enforce its laws and prevent these groups from attacks on Iraqis or attacks on American and other businesses around the country.